Welcome to the top 10 most anticipated comics for December 11th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content and you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy and you haven't subscribed yet, guys, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to become a member of my YouTube channel, it's super easy. Just go on to my home screen, right? Just hit that join button, and as low as 99 cents, you guys will have early access to some of my videos. You will get stickers, you will get monthly badges. It's some stuff to have, extra perks, right? And sometimes you might get extra videos as well. You just never know what you get by being a member, and it does help support the channel. All right, so here we go. Let's go on to this week's hot seat book, and it goes to Conan the Barbarian. This is issue 17. Now, you might be thinking, Mike, why is this book on the hot seat? Well, I finally managed to get it on my pull list. So this is the first issue of Conan the Barbarian that I will be reading, and this is a good jumping on point. That is the description. We're going to be getting a new artist on this book as well. So we're going to see what this book has to offer for me. Hopefully I will enjoy it because you guys have been telling me to read it forever. So this one is 32 pages for the price of $4. The next book is the book that's on the rise, and this one goes to X Factor. This is issue 5. I'm not going to lie, I have a good time reading X Factor. It's really much a type of book where it's just one and done type of missions, but there is an overarching story with Havoc, who is trying to find Polaris because she's gone missing, and he doesn't know kind of like what side he wants to be on. If he wants to be on X Factor, if he just doesn't know the right thing to do. I think the artwork is good. I think it's kind of comical as well. So I definitely recommend, out of all the X books out there, this one is a pretty good one. So legacy numbering 297, 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 10, we have Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. This is issue 1. Now, this is not your, oh, here we go, another mini-series type of Spider-Man comic. This is a prequel to the all-new animated series that's going to be coming on Disney Plus very soon. And I'm excited for it. I think this could be kind of cool, kind of get a little bit of insight of what to maybe expect from this animated series, and hopefully it's gonna be as cool as the new X-Men series that came out this past year. Like, everybody was talking about that. So I'm excited for this one. This one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. Moving on to number 9, we have The Terminator. This is issue 3. Now, this is part 2 of a story that's currently going on right now about this soldier that's in Vietnam, and he's trying to get to an extraction point, but he had to grab something before his fellow troops left, and he runs into a Terminator, and the Terminator is stopping at nothing to destroy this guy, right? And that's what's kind of cool about these Terminator books, because it's not focused on John or Sarah Connor. It's about people that could have issues in the future, the resistance, all that different type of stuff. Very entertaining. I do wish sometimes maybe the artwork was a little bit better, but I'm on board. This is a $5 comic. Coming in at number 8, we have Laura Kinney Wolverine issue 1. Another X book. I need to count how many X-Men books there are out currently from Marvel Comics, right? And there's not too many of them that have hit. I think we've got Uncanny X-Men. It's pretty decent. X-Men had a really good issue most recently. X Factor I liked, but like when it comes to the individual solo titles, they're okay. Psylocke was all right? So here we go. You got Laura in her series once again. What is she going to offer that's going to be different that we haven't seen before, right? I don't have anything too much to say about this book. I think she's a cool character, and if she's written well, it could be kind of cool. So we'll see. 32 pages, $5. Moving on to number, where are we at here? Number 7. Got messed up on my notes. We have The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 63. Listen, it's not breaking any records. I don't think this is probably the best story I've ever read when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man. However, I am excited to see how this whole thing concludes. What is to come of Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man? Like, when he gets done with this story, okay, is it going to lead into something in the future when it comes to future story arcs? Who knows? Maybe Joe Kelly is setting something up. But right now, it's very much like cookie cutter so far. It's like issue 61, you got to see the premise of the story, which is kind of cool. And then in issue 62, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, hey, let's fight the bad guy, right? Let's die. And let's get ragged on the people that loved us. It was the exact same story, just a different character that he fought. So I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm just curious to see the future of the character and if this changes some stuff. Legacy numbering 957, 32 pages, $5. Coming in at number 6, we have The Incredible Hulk. This is issue 20. We just got done with the big 800th issue. Unfortunately, not all of it was the main story. There was a lot of backup stories that featured Amadeus Cho, but we did get kind of the outcome of what's going on with Charlie, the eldest creature. We get that gorgeous Nick Klein artwork, but unfortunately, when it comes to this book, we're going to not get Nick Klein again on this because he spent so much time probably doing 800, right? So we're going to see what's happening right now. What's in store for Hulk, what's in store for Charlie, and the next chapter, the next story arc going forward. So legacy numbering 801, 32 pages, $4. Next, coming in at number 5, we have the Superwoman special. This is issue 1. Now, this could be a lot of fun because we're going to get to see the origin story of how Lois wound up getting the superpowers, right? And I think a lot of us are curious because after Absolute Power, it kind of dove right into this, and then all of a sudden, we see Lois has powers. Now, I think it probably has to do with maybe the Amazon robots, right? When they were destroyed, the powers wound up getting distributed back to our heroes. Some didn't get powers, some got different powers. So maybe for some reason, powers went to Lois here. That's my guess. I'm not sure. We'll see. And then we'll also see if she gets to hold on to these superpowers also. 48 pages for the price of $6. Coming in at number 4, we have Space Ghost issue 8. That's right, guys. Listen, when it comes to Space Ghost, this book is absolutely phenomenal. One of the surprise picks of the year. Never thought I would love a Space Ghost comic book so much. I thought it would be a campy book, kind of like how Hanna-Barbera presented it back in the day, and it's nothing like that. It's a very serious tone. It has to do with Space Ghost taking in these kids, you know, the history of their dad, and just, it's been awesome seeing all these different villains fight Space Ghost, and the artwork is absolutely beautiful. I will recommend this all day long, guys. And I guess we're going to learn more about the young kids, and we're going to learn about this Metallus character, or I guess Space Ghost is going to be fighting against him. So I'm always excited to read Space Ghost each and every week it comes out. This is a $5 comic. Coming in at number 3, we have Green Lantern issue 18. My gosh, you want to talk about a book that just exploded in the last issue. I mean, Jeremy Adams has got so many story threads going on in this comic to where the point where I was like, man, even if we spread it out just 2 issues, it would have made a huge difference because there was so much going on. There's like Kyle Rayner's back involved. You get the other core characters that are involved. You wind up getting Star Sapphire, who's in here, Carol Ferris, you know. There's just a lot of different stuff going on in this. You got Theros, who's come back. You got the freaking Oa, who is not Oa, what's it called? Mogo, who is like a raging freaking planet. And then you wind up getting Sinestro stopping it in its place. I mean, the last issue was action-packed all over the place. Just, like I said, lots of stuff. And I can't wait to see what happens in the next issue. Legacy numbering 585, 32 pages. And $5. Coming in at number 2, this is a biggie, guys, and I'm sure all the speculators are going to be all over this book. So hopefully you guys reserved your copy on FOC or put it on your pull list early. This is the Ultimate Universe 1 Year In Special. So this is a big one. The clock is ticking down to the maker's arrival. So we're going to find out, obviously kind of like it's going to be like a recap of everything that's been going down. And then it's going to set the stage for the second year of the Ultimate line. And obviously we know who that character is that people are waiting, and that's Ultimate Wolverine. It's a 40-page comic for $6. It's not the main cover that people are excited about. It's the variant covers, which features Ultimate Wolverine for the first time. So again, make sure you're able to pick up your copy. I'm sure the shops are going to be busy. Okay, guys. So remember, after number 1, we are not done, as we do have some other books to talk about, the noteworthy comics, books that might not be on my top most anticipated comics, but I'm letting you know that they are coming out. And my number 1 most anticipated comic of this comic book week, which was it? What was it? The 11th? I totally forgot. Goes to Transformers. This is issue 15. Guys, what can I say about Transformers? Let me tell you. It's going to have to deal with Soundwave moves to finish the war with the Autobots, and all of Earth will suffer. Meanwhile, Optimus Prime and Wheeljack search for the answers to a mystery that may change everything. So in the last issue, we wound up getting to see kind of like that little bit of an origin story, or Starscream, how he became the Decepticon that he was. It looks like there's going to be a possible civil war between the Decepticons, because Starscream's going to want to get revenge on Soundwave, and it looks like he's got Bruticus on his side. So I don't know, man, that could be cool. Could you see like a Bruticus and a Devastator fighting each other? Badass shit right there. This book is phenomenal. So yeah, 32 pages, $4. Here we go, those noteworthy comics. You're gonna laugh at this, because remember how earlier I talked about X-Men books? Here we go. The first one is Uncanny X-Men issue 7, right? So we're dealing with those young new mutants. It was heavily focused on issue 6. Then you have the Ultimate X-Men. This is issue 10. You have Phoenix issue 6. You have Storm issue 3. Scarlet Witch, which is not really tied to anything going on in the X-Men, issue 7. Dazzler issue 4. Deadpool team up, which I'm definitely picking that up. It's just comical, issue 4. And then we got Spirits of Vengeance, who's definitely not an X-Men. But those are like all the Marvel titles that I highlighted, and I'm like, shit, they're all mutant books, right? So that's wild. All right, so now we move on to DC Comics. So first book we're talking about is Action Comics issue 1079. Obviously, like I say every week, it's weekly now, so it's a very expensive book when you're looking at one book monthly. Then we have Batman Dark Patterns. This is issue 1. This is a series that takes place very early on in Batman's career. I feel like we see a lot of these types of titles. I don't know if I'm going to be picking this one up. I might just to cover it on Worthy Ones, but I have so many Batman titles right now. Then we have DC Vampires World War V. This is issue 5. I did officially drop this. It's just not the same as the last one. We have Black Lightning issue 2. This series is just not for me. I don't know enough about the characters to really continue on, and the artwork was all over the place, so just not my thing. Nothing against it. Then we have Batman Santa Claus Silent Night Returns. We're on issue 3 at this point. Just a fun series, man. And then we move on to the indie comics. We're talking about Minor Arcana. This is issue 4. Really good series as well. Jeff Lemire has that distinct artwork, right? And he just knows how to build this world that makes it just weird, okay? And then you have the Savage Sword of Conan. This is issue 6. We have Witchblade issue 6. I want to know how many of you guys are still reading this title. And then we have FML issue 2. Just not a story for me. And then we have a new one from Distillery. This is The City Beneath Our Feet. This is issue 1. This one is written by James Tynion, so if you're into his writing, you might want to check that out. And then if you like horror Christmas tales, you got Shiver Suspense Stories. This is issue 1. So there you guys have it. There are the top 10 most anticipated, let me make sure I get this right, and noteworthy comics, yes, for December 11th, 2024. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I want to know what you're excited for that particular comic book week. And as always, guys, I'm going to leave you more content right here. I am freaking freezing. It's like 39 degrees outside. And guys, make sure you support your local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember to read your comics, guys. I'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye.